Hello, my name's David. I'm an environment artist. And today, very exciting today, we are back in Skyrim. And I've got a number of mods running, and I've got what I consider to be a very nice version of Skyrim brought up to date for the new era. Yeah, I've been faffing around for quite a while. This is like my fourth reinstall of Skyrim Special Edition, and yeah, it all kept going wrong. Let's say that. But let's just have a little saunter through this beautiful woodland here at sunset, with this rosy glow coming through the forest. I think it looks fantastic. It does look great. Now, I'll put all the mods I'm using in the description because there's probably, I mean, it's not like a crazy mod setup. Believe me, I've looked into a number of these things. But I would say there's what, maybe 10 to 15 mods going on here. And I think they're sort of offering the biggest bang for buck visually. I've not got any gameplay ones as such. I just wanted to have a wander around, so I may yet put more things like that on it though, actually, because this is making me want to play the game all over again. Because oh yeah, yeah, it's looking great, isn't it? It's looking really nice. Yes, I think the main one is Skyrim All in One, AIO as it writes it, and that has like a really broad swathe of lots of different sort of improvements and stuff. And I've got the static mesh improvements, textures, and stuff like that. I mean, one of the biggest ones I think is the foliage. Obviously, I've got a tree mod going on, which looking very effective, if I might say so. Looking beautiful. We've obviously got some lighting going on. Look at those god rays coming through the forest. Aren't they looking lovely? But I think one of the biggest improvements next to the trees is all this grass. Now this is Folkvanger grass, if that's how you pronounce it. And it really adds a tremendous amount. I mean, it just fills out what look a lot, even with parallax shaders, which I've got going, it just looks quite bare in many, many places. And this grass just really fills out all the spaces beautifully. And look, I mean, underneath a lot of trees, you got bare patches, which, fit in very well underneath a lot of trees. You do get sort of quite a bit of space where there's no sunlight getting to. So it's working really nicely. I'm quite impressed. Oh, look, what have we here? We got a chest. We've got a little, an old wagon. Oh, some blood stains on it as well. Ugh, okay, there we go. So I've got a character mod going on with this Nord lady here. I've called her Eowyn as a homage to the Rohirrim. So there we go. She's doing all right there. Groovy hood and some nice sort of bit of face paint going on as well. With the hood on, it looks like she's got no hair. If I take the hood off, she does have hair. Bing! Hair has appeared. Okay, and I realise there's many, many, many mods available for characters and stuff, and maybe I'll get into that at some point. But let's just hop up here. We are in Falkreath, and this is my rather nice abode. I use the alternate start mod for convenience and for giving me a nice little base here. I may yet start the game proper actually at some point, but I mean, look at all this, well, it looks like thistles, doesn't it? Looking lovely, absolutely lovely, and the stars are coming out, the moon is high, and I thought we would have a nice little hop over to Riverwood. Do that, eh? But I think we should have a little sleep. Let's head in Lakeview Manor. A rather complete and lovely manor house we've got here, looking great. Lots of trophies, lots of places to put things. I haven't got any things to put in places as yet. So let's just sleep in the bed. What should we do? Let's do 12 hours. Good morning. Now, I did notice this alchemy table is looking great, isn't it? Look at that. That looks lovely. I love that sort of crystal ball thing and the glow it's got going. I have no idea which one of the mods is doing that. But nice. Well done. So, let's get on our horsey. Ooh, right. A misty morning going on. Right, on with horse. Do you have a name, horse? Don't think so. Don't think so. Now, I don't recall if this has changed or not, but I do remember, like, being a bit, you know, finding a horse a bit tiresome. Simultaneously being cool as well, you know, because I don't know whether it's changed, but at first, when you had horses, it locks you away from the world. You couldn't pick up anything. You couldn't do anything from horseback. And I just thought, ooh, Nanroot. Ooh, Nanroot. Lovely. Anyway. Oh, crab attack. Quick. Let's go. Yeah, and it sort of just separated you from the world, which I thought was like a really odd decision to make. And a very simple one that you could fix. And, I mean, if I find a shrubbery that I can pick, or try to pick, then that would be a good little experiment, wouldn't it? Anything? I mean, I won't know, will I? I won't know because I'm locked away. Let's get off horse and find something to pick. Any pickables? Any pickables? No pickables. Where's the pickables when you need them, eh? Where's the pickables? Ooh. The lighting is looking very misty, isn't it? Look at that there. I feel like I want a bit more light though. Ooh, that looks suitably nice, doesn't it? Okay, I can't find any herbs there, so let's just carry on. Oh, that looks like a pickable though. There we go. Let's get that. So, verify that we can pick here. Nightshade. Whoa, right. On you go. So, can we do anything with Nightshade? No, I can't pick it. See, that's such a simple design problem there, isn't it? I mean, why would someone make the decision to lock you off from the world? I mean, you know, it's not a stretch of believability. You could reach down and pick it, couldn't you, if you're a good horse person? You know, I mean, it's like there's no reason to lock the player off, because now I have to get off the horse every time I find something of interest that I might want to pick, and then I have to get back on the horse. So what I found when playing Skyrim was that I didn't use the horse anywhere near as much as I might, simply because of that. And it's like, what, 14 years later, Bethesda, and you can't fix that? I mean, come on. Come on. And I often wonder, like, simple design decisions like that. It's like, what are people thinking? I mean, it's not rocket science. It's a very straightforward gameplay design element that, I don't know. I mean, you know, it just puzzles me. All right, we've stumbled into the first mission, haven't we? In Helgen. Now, is it post? Yeah, right. Okay, so that's where we were here, lined up for the headsman's block. And all that goings. Oh yeah, and indeed there's is there a head in the bucket? No, it's not. Right. Okay. There's someone curled up there though. Yeah. Okay. Gallop out. I always thought the animation on the horse was a little odd as well. Very sort of glump, 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 glump. Kind of, yeah, almost quite cartoonish really, isn't it? I mean, look. It's just a bit weird. Still, you know, I mean, 14 years old, isn't it? So, you know, I think it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, you know, I would have really liked to be able to just pick stuff up out of the saddle. There we go. Right, I think we're losing the light, so I'm going to wait around a bit. Okay, quite a nice sunny morning by the looks of things. So let's head back down here and get on the road to Riften. Now you can see the palms looking quite nice. The parallax shaders on the path here, they really pop out, don't they? Yeah, they're looking really good. I mean, you can see some artifacting as he gets close to the camera. Like say, look at the bottom right there. But yeah, I mean, you know, you can usually catch palms out if you get them at the right angle. It's not a problem. Really interesting. I think it's yeah, really well done, really nicely implemented. And I mean, I think they're all over the terrain as far as I can see. It's just most obvious on this path. So back over there. Tell you what, we'll head back to exactly where we came from. Past the Nair route, past Mr. Crab, bye Crab, and back at our manor. It's a lovely manor house. I like it a lot. So let's hop down here. I mean, I love loving hopping through the forest. Beautiful. I didn't expect to be able to get it looking this nice, if I'm honest, because as I said before, I've been all over the place, fapping with mods. The 4th time I've reinstalled it because I just like ended up in a right pickle with too many mods and everything conflicting. Man, I mean, I tried Wabbajack, is it? Or is it Wabbajock? Wabbajack. Let's go with that. And I was like, ooh, excited. But all right, this program just does it all for you, you know. And so I tried, I think it was called Nolvus. The Nolvus mod collection. And quite a lot of mods. Dog. Dog. Come on, go away. Oh, look, okay, you want some trouble? You're going to jump through my horse, are you? Leave my horse alone. Stay back. Right. Very good. One-handed has increased. Very nice. Back on horsey. Back on horsey. There we go. Yeah, I tried Nolvus and I set it installing. It looked quite large. I didn't check how large. It had a lot of mods in it. And so it was ready for bedtime. Still downloading. So I thought I'll leave it going overnight and it'll be done sometime in the night. And the morning will bring happy Skyrim times, looking absolutely amazing. In the morning time, I checked and still downloading. And when I checked further, this blooming mod collection was like about, I forget, but it was about 500 gigabytes or something. 500 gigabytes. I was like, what? The drive I was putting it on was 500 gigabytes. I'm like, man, this is, no, I can't do that. So I had to sort of quit that. And then I looked closer. Now, horse control nearly got me then, didn't it? Nearly sent me over the cliff, horse control. Yeah, I checked further, and a lot of these mods are in the hundreds of gigabytes. And they have hundreds and hundreds of mods. And I'm just like, man, this is overkill. You know, I mean, I'm just not that bothered to need to dedicate a whole drive to it. You know, I mean, that's not practical. So, all right, forget that. I'm going manual. I'm doing the manual way. And yeah, you know, so I started, you know, just messing around, getting mods installed. And if you've ever modded stuff, you know, you're like on Nexus, and you know, you thought, oh, right, this looks nice, this mod in here, I will install it. And you look, you know, when you start to download it, it's like, right, if it's got dependencies, it'll bring that up and say, right, you need this as well and that and stuff. And you know, a lot of mods don't need anything. But the ones I was like doing, I was like, click on that, and it like, all right, you need this sort of, you know, 2 or 3 other mods, right? So I click on them, right, I'll get them first. And then I was finding that like I click on that, and then that one would need like, say, 3 or 4 other mods to install, and then some of those would need more, and I ended up in this sort of black pit of mod dependencies. And I was like, oh man, this is out of control. I only wanted to install that one thing to test it, and now I need like about 7 or 8 other mods. And so then I gave up in disgust. I was like, screw this. Duh. Uninstalled it and got back to, you know, whatever else I was doing. And then I was finding like, you know, a few hours later, the Skyrim itch would start itching again. I'm like, oh, but I could have another go. So then I'm back on Steam, install Skyrim again. Oh, more dogs. More dog attacks. Leave my horse alone. Come on. Take that. And this. And that. And this. Yes. I hope they don't kill my horse. That would be troublesome. There we go. Right. A nice camera through the horse there. All right. Well done, Erwin. Good stuff. And goodbye, dogs. And, yeah, so then, you know, reinstall time again. Same thing happened. Gave up in disgust. The itch comes back the next day. So I try again. And, you know, so then I did it yesterday. And I thought, right, come on, let's just do it. Let's just do it. And I don't know what happened. I didn't really do anything differently. Just a collection of mods that just seemed to hit the sweet spot, I guess. And this is the result. And I'm really happy with that. I'm really, really happy. I think that looks absolutely great. I mean, there's cloud mods, there's sky mods, lighting mods, veg mods, water. The water's looking, yeah, looking good. There's, yeah, static mesh mods, and you've got the character mod, and, you know, look in the description. They're all in there, aren't they? And more than happy with it. And it's brought Skyrim up to what I would say is modern day standards, generally. I mean, check that out. I mean, what more do you want from your Skyrim, eh? Yeah. It's really good. And the textures are really good as well. I mean, I'm really liking these rock textures. It immensely improved the base textures. The geometry is largely the same. I mean, I always was a little bit kind of suspicious of a lot of these rocky inserts. Yeah, a lot of them have these sort of blobby lips on them. You know, look at as it curls round, and you know they've clearly been deformed. You know, in whatever 3D software they're using to sort of create variation, but a lot of it ends up looking a bit slightly melted. Some of it. And they get used again and again, these inserts, just plop, 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 plop. And, you know, yeah, some of them are fairly unconvincing. But once you've got the veg, I mean, the grass goes a hell of a long way to mediating that. Yes, I'm really happy. Poms again. Let's have a good little float through these poms, right? When I say poms, that's Parallax occlusion map. So, you know, look, you can see, if you're looking closely at the bottom there, you can see the layer that's just floating around there. I mean, some of them, you know, I mean, they do fall apart in some circumstances, but, you know, I mean, I'm at this really low angle on the horse, aren't I? So, you know, but generally, it's a really, really good POM implementation. I mean, in a lot of games where you've got parallax maps, when you get very close to them, they might even fade them out, you know, so that you don't start seeing sort of broken palms and things. But, you know, I mean, they're sort of limited in what you can do when you're modding a game. You know, it depends what you've got exposed to you. Beautiful, right. So, hang on. Let's have a look here. Oh, Riften. Oh, yeah, there's a pass, isn't there? Yeah, over the mountain. The path goes up there, sort of near Helgen, and there's a little pass sort of up there behind it. That would be the most direct route to Riften, I guess. I was thinking of going down there to Whiterun and then heading east. But yeah, that would work. And lovely road sign. Yeah, there's a mod that has improved the road signs, and it's got little lights in as well. Brilliant. Yeah. Hello. So this is that first sort of journey into the first little town you see. Really cool. And I've got a mod that's we've got the Open Cities mod. Obviously you don't notice it here, but when you get to Whiterun, the city's just all open, which is cool. And more NPCs dotted about as well. So let's just head over there and let's just sort of you know, relive that first sort of journey to Whiterun down this river. I remember when my wife and I got this game, 2011, just started at Rockstar, and you know there was a buzz at at work about this game. You know, lots of us were playing it, and it was really cool. Just sort of going along this path, and the world felt like so immense and exciting. It was a real fun experience. Let's deal with these guys. A lot of dogs about, isn't there? I know they're wolves. I'm just like to call them dogs. See that? Oh, come on. I'd like them to get away from the horse, though. Did horse kill one then? Or did my strike hit two at once? Hey, come back! What? What? Where? Come on. Where are you going? Come on. Come on. Come on. I know that was frightening for you. I'm sorry. I need to give this horse a name. Carol. Carol it is. Right. So, yeah, I mean, I remember we were looking at this and it just felt so wild and exciting and big. I mean, many of us have this memory, don't we? You know, we might have even queued up at a shop, a real shop, and had come back with a physical item and put it in our Xbox 360. I do sympathise if you got the PlayStation version, because that was broken, wasn't it? That was a sad situation. You know, the more you played, the more broken it got, wouldn't it? Because the more items that you were affecting in the world. As I recall, I think it was that the save, it just couldn't process the save efficiently, and it just ruined the game, which is a shocking outcome. You know, that was disgusting. That should have happened. You know, the game ended up, it was unplayable, wasn't it? So not a good, whew, not a good situation at all. So I'm really eternally grateful that I had it on the Xbox and not the PlayStation in that instance. But yeah, it wasn't that long ago since we were looking at these rivers, was it? And there I was in standard version. Oh, I mean, it's difficult to say what's standard anymore, isn't it, sometimes, with all the versions we got. But, you know, it was the base version of, I think it was Anniversary Edition, something like that. But, yeah, it was great, yeah. I mean, God, man, it's taken me right back to it, just playing out there. And it's really nostalgic, isn't it, that, as well? Happy times, happy times. It's great. The world felt like it was a happier place back then. But, brilliant. And look at all the heathers and the grass. I mean, this grass mod is exceptionally good. I went through a number of grass mods actually, and some were not good. I did install one which was just a right mess. All the grass was floating, just about like 6 inches off the floor, and it was all floating. It's like, meh, I'm not having that. Oh, what's that there? Is that a mineable bit? Don't recall. Could be. But yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, in that sort of river video I was going on about, you know, different rivers in different games, and the water mod on this is working really well, and it just gives it that extra little bit, you know, because as I said, you know, the geometry is really well done. You know, they understand the rivers, and you know, the construction of it works really well. So it's nice to see that. So there's Whiterun, lovely, or Adaras, as you know, it eternally feels like to me, Adaras, isn't it? Very much, but looking very nice. Ooh, fading in tree there, rather large tree. See, what I found with a lot of the tree mods is, like, when you've got a open game world like this, you know, it's fairly large, but nowhere near as big as the reality of it would be. And so when you start getting a distance away and you've got trees, they really show up, like how relatively, in terms of real life, that the landscape really is. So unless, I mean, you know, the best way is if you can do some trickery with trees in that you scale them down the further away the player gets from them. You know, over and above distance, shrinking things, obviously. You know, you would apply a scale factor to shrink them down more. And so that makes them fit in with the landscape, and it retains the size of the landscape. And if I'm not mistaken, something is going on with that here as well. I mean, look at those over there. that doesn't look right. Those trees are way too big for what the developer would be wanting that mountain to look like, wouldn't it? If you look sort of over there, just above the character's head, I mean, they're not looking too bad. So, and over there as well, the trees look all right there. Oh, there's Bleak Falls Barrow up there. I'm going to do that mission as well at some point. Yeah. Because I have a lot to say about, like, the dungeons and stuff, you know, and the design and how they lead the player through the dungeons and stuff. So that is quite interesting to me, all that. But, yeah, so, I mean, I think that's looking really good. Except for those trees over there. They just look too big for the distance involved. But this is a really good tree mod, though, because, you know, I've been through a few, and a lot of them were just, you know, you had these massive trees sat on these mountains, and it just looked really, really crap. You know, you need to think about that when you're doing this sort of stuff, you know, because you can really enhance the sense of distance. Oh, hang on. Okay, I could click on it there, and it allowed me to interact with the door. So, interesting. Yeah, so Whiterun, you know, looking all right. Lots of nice veg in there, filling out the corners. Yeah, very nice. We won't maraud through it too much. I do believe this is a player acquirable house there, isn't it? Is that, I forget what it's called now. Breezeholm comes to mind, but I don't think it's Breezeholm, is it? Right. Okay, familiar faces all around there. Okay, I meant to click the door, but it took me off the horse. Fair enough. So the door opened on me. Right, lovely. I like the open cities mod. Yeah, that's really cool. Because, you know, it just makes it feels more open, doesn't it? It opens out the world. And it just feels like a proper city, rather than having to just sort of wait loading. That's one of the great innovations of mods, I think, that one. Yeah, really nice. So, let's just hop over here. Where should we go? Should we just carry on down the road? Oh, the dragon's gone up here. I wonder, will the dragon appear if I go over here? Or maybe I need to talk to the Jarl, actually, before that quest kicks in, I suppose. Yeah. Whee. Lovely. Excellent. I really like this run down this massive tundra here, and then as you start heading toward the rift over there, isn't it? And is it Markath over in the west? Yeah, that's cool. It's such a broad expanse, isn't it? And at the time, you know, it just felt so truly massive. You know, the game was just sort of wonderfully large. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I think they've toned in all this grass really nicely with this area. That tree's good as well, isn't it? It's a pretty good tree. Loving it. See, I wish more developers would be as open as Bethesda have been toward mods. You know, why not? I mean, it has allowed Skyrim to have so much relevance well past the point where it would have just been consigned to history, hasn't it? And, you know, I wonder how many extra sales have they made of Skyrim simply because of the mod support. You know, a lot of developers, they're so, like, they're closed up. And, you know, all they want from fans is, like, the money. Essentially, like, buy our freaking game and shut up. You know, that's the vibe I get from so many developers. Let's just get off the horse here and deal with these pesky, terrible creatures. Now look, you're gonna scare off my horse, so just come on, leave it, will you? Leave it. Looks like the horse is in the air. Whoa! Oh, I thought I killed them. Tough beasts. Right, well done, Carol. Blooming wolves. It's dangerous out here, isn't it? Excellent. Yeah, you know, they just want you to buy the game and shut up, don't they? And, like, that's it. That's the end of it. And God forbid you should try and mess around with the files. You know, there's an arrogance to it, I feel, that You know, they just don't want you mucking around with it, or even improving it, improving the shortfalls that they've made. And I think it's entirely the wrong attitude to take. You know, if people are going to give you their money for the product that you've made, you know, you're buying it in the first instance. That's it. You know, they've given you the money. But, you know, allow them to play with the toy that they bought from you. And if necessary, allow them to improve it and fix problems that they've not fixed. But, you know, a game like Skyrim, it's the classic example. It's outlived so many other games of its time. It's just, you know, so much content. Oh, there's Riften. Here we go. Rorikstead. Markath. Yeah. Oh, man. More horse. Not more horses. More dogs. Why am I glowing? I was glowing then. Did you see that? Like some enchantment. Look, you deal with the dog. Thank you. And I am talking. And dogs keep interfering. So we'll carry on. We'll go toward Markath and the Rift, which is a really exciting sort of spot. A little bit of a story going on there, I expect. A body, yeah. But yeah, so it has allowed this game to stay relevant for so much longer. And yeah, you know, why not? It's just open up your game so that people can be inventive with it. And you know, who knows? God forbid that, like, you know, people, fans, modders should even be able to improve on the product beep, be able to improve on the product that you've actually made. So, you know, I think the industry as a whole needs to open up and chill out, loosen up a bit, you know. And I do think that it is really disappointing when companies will even take modders to court, you know, for playing with the product that they bought. You know, I think it's like, what is your problem? Why would you do that? You know, this perceived sort of infringement. You know, I don't like that one bit, and I think it's the wrong message to give out. I think it's the closed shop attitude, isn't it? You know, a bit like electronics is these days, I guess, isn't it? You know, if you open it up, you void your warranty, don't you? It's that attitude. With electronics, all right, I could see that there is more of an argument for it because, you know, I suppose you run the risk of someone electrocuting themselves and, you know, then sort of suing and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, I can see, yeah, that. But with computer games, different story. So, you know, look at that. That is looking really nice, isn't it? And those, the architecture going up there, those ruins. Yeah, great. I think this road down here is one of the most interesting parts of the map. You know, it sort of, you go down this sort of really interesting valley closed in by all these you know, really complicated mountains and cliffs, and you get the clouds sort of hugging the hillsides and mountainsides. And, you know, I mean, these are modded clouds, so these are better than what the original would have had, but I think they're looking really effective, aren't they? Yeah. I'm enjoying this quite a lot. This is it's a trip down memory lane, isn't it? For many of us, I suppose. Yeah, and more road sign. Very good. Yeah. I think a different time of day might be in order. Oh, it's starting to rain though. I like a bit of rain, but you know, let's have a look at a different time of day. Oh yeah. That's looking pretty nice. Bit of blue sky, bit of brightness. Cool. See, I mean, yeah, that's a really nice river. I really like it. It's really good, isn't it? And you know, 14 years old, and I don't know what a lot of game studios are thinking of when they're doing the rivers. I mean, modern games, like, I mean, Assassin's Creed Shadows always comes to my mind, you know, just because it's just got some awful rivers. It's just, I mean, it's a mixed bag of like lovely assets and stuff, and you know, when you go up to some of the rivers, they just look rubbish. You know, they're so just like slapped in, no thought given to them. You know, they you know, it just shows so much that they just didn't give a crap about that part of the map, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, just do that. concentrate on other bits. And you know, you got this game here which is really, you know, thinking about the landscape and the geology. I mean, I suppose because Skyrim, you know, a lot of the thing of the game is the map, isn't it? You know, it's a big star of the whole show. Right, more dog killing. You see, there's been more wolf killing in this video than anything, hasn't there? It's I'm not too happy about that, but we'll just have to manage, won't we? We'll have to manage. You know, it's yeah, the landscape is a big star in this game. I would love a cave behind this waterfall. Oh man, wouldn't it be great? A cave that no one has discovered before, and there isn't. I would have loved there to have been a cave there. That would have been so good. Right, let's back up here. That's horsey. Yeah, so the landscape is the star of the show in you know, in much more of a sense than, you know, Assassin's Creed Shadows, for example. And they've really yeah, gone to town on it, so it looks great. I was looking at some oddities about the floor map going on there. Is that, oh, I see what it's doing. We've got a junction here, haven't we? And so the floor map is down here. Floor maps that weren't in the game on release, I might add. So, you know, all this flow direction is additional, and it's, yeah, you know, they're merging. And so when we saw it up there, you know, we saw the sort of LOD version of it, I suppose. In fact, you can see it there just over the character's head, can't you? Where it's going right to left. Weirdly. Yeah. Very strange. But, oh, yeah. All that there. And up there, somewhere in the mountains, is our, what we end up having as a base, isn't it? Yeah. We get that. I can't remember what it's called now, but we... Yeah, the Dragonborn gets this really cool base up on the mountaintops. I love that. Right, so is this going to take us to Markarth? Yes, it is. Yeah, that is really, really nice, isn't it? Yeah, I'm really happy with this collection of mods. I'm going to keep this and maybe just cautiously add maybe gameplay ones. I really liked some of the survival sort of aspects as well. It's quite fun to play just on a survival basis. And I remember I did have a mod once, years and years ago, which you could set up a tent, a little campsite in various places. And so you could camp out and, you know, if you were playing like the survival with the hot and cold and all that sort of stuff, you know, you could really get a sense of going out in the wilderness and living off the land. It was really cool. It was a really nice way to play the game, and you know, you could ignore pretty much every quest in the game if you wanted to, and just roam the landscape. Yeah, there we go. So there's Markarth going off into the mountain there. That's really cool, isn't it? Brilliant. Oh, I think this is a good spot to leave it, I think, for now. And yeah, it's great to be back in Skyrim. I'm really, really enjoying it. Cool. And yeah, as I said, all the mods will be in the description. So if you want to replicate this, it will be easy for you to do so. So I shall leave it there. And there we go. So I've really enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in another one soon. All right. See you later. Bye.